All right, Chiefs Nation, grab your Red Friday jersey because we need to have a serious talk. You know that calm before the storm? That strange off-season peace where we live off the glory of the last ring and dream of the next one? Well, the national media, as always, loves to throw a rock into our quiet lake. We've barely recovered from the victory parade, and concerning news is already emerging about our messiah, Patrick Mahomes II. And we, who have seen this movie before, take a deep breath and prepare for another round of experts trying to find a crack in our dynasty. Statistically, the hook this time is an article that analyzes quarterbacks' time to throw. The premise is simple. More time leads to more success. And then comes the bombshell. Our number 15, the magician who turns water into Gatorade, ranked 7th among QBs with less than 2.5 seconds to throw. Even worse, he doesn't even appear in the top 10 for those with more time. The first reaction is that jolt of panic. Is our offensive line a sieve? It's the voice of trauma. But then we stop, breathe in that Missouri air, and think. Why is this statistic, which at first glance looks like a neon warning sign, actually the greatest proof of Mahomes' unparalleled genius? Because, my friends, normal quarterbacks need a banquet of time in the pocket. Ours doesn't. He cooks a 3 Michelin star meal in the time it takes a mortal to heat up a dish. This statistic doesn't measure a weakness in our offensive line. It measures the superhuman processing speed of our quarterback's brain. He thrives where others perish. Let's dive headfirst into this PFF stat, because this is where we separate the bandwagon fans from the members of Chiefs Kingdom. The cold analysis says Mahomes has little time. This is a problem. Our analysis, forged in the fires of Arrowhead, says Mahomes thrives under pressure. This is our identity. Why is this difference so crucial? Because the entire NFL tries to build impenetrable fortresses for their quarterbacks. But the Kansas City Chiefs under Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are not a fortress. They are a hurricane. Seeing Mahomes ranked 7th among the quickest QBs isn't a testament to our offensive line's failure. It's a testament to our style of play. It's the RPO in its deadliest form. It's the essence of Reid's West Coast offense supercharged with a cannon for an arm and the peripheral vision of an owl. The fact that he isn't in the top 10 of QBs with more than 2.5 seconds? Thank God. Our strength is in the timing and anticipation. For us, this statistic is a badge of honor. It's our rhythm. As if an out-of-context statistic wasn't enough, our villain of the week enters the scene, Mike Tannenbaum, a former GM who decided to poke the lion with a short stick. Live on Get Up, he declares Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are going to win the AFC. We just roll our eyes. His justification? The Bills don't have self-inflicted wounds. Ouch! That one stung. Because we, more than anyone, know what self-inflicted wounds are. We remember the dropped passes and stupid penalties. It's an emotional micro-defeat that still throbs. Tannenbaum, perhaps unintentionally, touched our sore spot. The idea that the Bills are more disciplined is the narrative they've been trying to sell for years. But why does this prediction once again ignore the most important factor? Because discipline alone doesn't win playoff games. What wins is the ability to make the impossible play in the most crucial moment. It's having a quarterback who can pull a rabbit out of a hat. The Bills may have a very, very high floor, but the Kansas City Chiefs have a ceiling that simply doesn't exist. The beauty of being a Chiefs fan in this era is resilience. We've seen it all. We, the ones in the stands, who sing even when it hurts, we've developed a thick skin. And that's why Tannenbaum's predictions and PFF stats at the end of the day sound like background noise. They simply can't drown out our faith, because our faith isn't blind, it's based on evidence. We saw Mahomes with a busted ankle lead a game-winning drive in Super Bowl LV. We saw our defense turn into an impassable wall. Why is this team so good at rising to the challenge? Because the never-say-die spirit is in the Chiefs' DNA. Tannenbaum's narrative about the Bills' discipline is pretty on paper, but on the field, we've already beaten them more than enough to be confident they can do it again. That 13 seconds game was no fluke. It was the materialization of our identity. While the Bills were celebrating too early, we were planning the miracle. It was a lesson. Against Mahomes' Chiefs, the game is never over. Let's dig a little deeper into this time to throw issue, because the Chiefs fan loves to understand the chess match. The PFF statistic in isolation might look like a fire alarm, but in the context of Veach and Reid's philosophy, it's a fascinating puzzle piece. Veach's philosophy is clear. The foundation of a dynasty isn't a speedy receiver, it's a quarterback who can stay upright. So why, even with all this investment, does the less than 2.5 seconds stat appear? There are a few theories. The first is Mahomes' genius and Reid's scheme. The second is the league's adaptation. Defensive coordinators know that giving Mahomes time is suicide. They rush with 4 and drop 7 into coverage. This forces Mahomes to get rid of the ball quickly. The statistic, therefore, may be a reflection not of our weakness, but of the evolution of defensive tactics against us. It's the Mahomes effect. He's so good, he's forced the entire league to rethink defense. That, in itself, is a tremendous compliment. At the end of the day, what does this concerning news really tell us? It tells us what we already knew. The Kansas City Chiefs are the team to beat. We are the top of the mountain, the target on the backs of all 31 other teams. Every statistic will be dissected, every flaw turned into a crisis. It's the price of greatness. And you know what? We embrace it. We, who have seen Matt Cassell as our QB, know how to appreciate every second of this golden era. We aren't scared of the noise. The truth is, Patrick Mahomes could have 1.5 seconds to throw, and he'd still be the best. The 2025 season will be another emotional roller coaster. The journey towards the three-peat will be arduous, full of traps and counter-narratives. But it's our journey, and we'll take it together, as always. And there's a story brewing behind the scenes, but that's a story for another day. For now, the question on everyone's mind: does all this pressure fuel Mahomes, or is the hype starting to weigh on him? Comment below.